start by making the cover, and I have got this, where's the fold? This pizza box, here it is. So I'm just going to tear him open. Right, now it's not going to fit in my trimmer straight away, so what I'm going to do is trim off the excess. So it doesn't have to be super straight, we're just trimming off the excess so that we can get it straight. This side bit I might try and keep as straight as a starting point, but we all know scissors and long bits of cutting can be very hard to get straight. Alright, that will do me. Okay, so we've got the size here, which is 15.25 by 21, or 6 by 8 1/4 inch. So I work on basically it being an A5 size. Let me write that down. So A5 is half of an A4. So when you get your A4 papers, you fold them in half and they will fit in here perfectly. I trim them down to 15 by 21, but you can do whatever you like. Right, so this first one, we're going to have one page which is the 6 by 8 1/4. So let's trim down this side first and get a nice straight edge. Keep that one pushed nice enough. So that's a nice straight edge now. Let's trim down this one. Ooh, I'm going to flip it over so it's on our straight edge. Alright, push him up. Ooh. There we go. So now I've got two really nice straight edges to work with. So I'm going to go 8 1/4 and by 6. Alright, this is cover number 1. Okay, don't worry about what's on the back, you won't be able to see that. 8 1/4 by 6. And now this bit can be our spine. And of course, I haven't measured the spine, but it is either 5 centimeters or 2 inches. Okay, so since we started with inches, let's just continue with the inches. All right, so that's got our spine and our cover, and now I just need to cut this one up to get the other cover. So this can be done with, I've got a pizza box, but it can be done with cereal boxes, biscuit boxes, anything like that. Okay, pop him in. Let's get a nice straight edge to start with. Down we go. Other side. Pop this one nice and straight now because we know that one's a straight edge. Chop that one. Now we need 8 1/4 or 15.25. 8 1/4 and then 6. Right, and there you have it. It's as simple as that. Okay, there you've got your 3 pieces as your starting point. Right, the next thing to do is to join these 3 pieces. Now, you can just put paper over the top, but I like to reinforce mine with a bit of binding. Okay, so my binding looks a bit like this. So it is a roll of Bome Pack. Bome, B-O-M-E. And it's a little bit shiny on one side, but it is sticky on the other. Okay, and I find that really helps keep everything together. So how I start to bind, just pop those 2 over there for a minute, is if you want to be really accurate, I line it up with the points on my table, and they go at least 2, well, I'm working on centimetres on this one, 2 in, push it down, flip it over. All right, now this, you can probably cut that off now, so I'm not jiggling it around. Now this one, you have to be really careful of how far away you put your spine, because if you put it too far away, the cover gets really floppy and will just lie flat. So I like to go by, where's my ruler? He's hiding from me, of course he is. Always when I want him. Anyway, we'll get this big one. See your steel, if you've got a steel ruler, you can usually push him right up. This one's bent, so that's why I didn't want to use that one. All right, let's get this one. Usually push it right up against your guy there, because it's depending on your packaging, it's going to be approximately that thick. Okay, and then you're going to put the other piece down, very similar way as your other one. Don't pop it all down before you get your ruler out of the way. Oh, I'm not making this very easy, am I? So, just about there. And pop him down. So you can see I can still fit my ruler in there. It's about 1.5 mil or 2, almost 2 mil on that one. Okay. Next one is to add this one. So again, I'm just going to cover him up. You can overlap them, make it even stronger. Turn him over. Cut it off. And of course it doesn't matter which way up this is going, because in the end you won't see it. Pop it nice and close. So this is quite thin cardboard. If you had thicker cardboard, you would put it a little bit further away. Okay, so about 2 mil. That looks good. Now you can turn these over or you can trim them off. It's up to you. Doesn't matter either way. I'm just going to turn them over. It gives this little bit more protection up the top. Okay. Now, with your bone folder, I could find one, or any other apparatus that you've got that can go in that little groove. You can even use the edge of your scissors if you want to. And then bending it up, and there you've got your, see how it sits up like that and it doesn't sit like that? That's because of the spacing. Okay, so you've got to get that spacing right, or it's just going to be floppy. That's pretty good. All right, so there's your A5 folio ready to go. All you need to do now is cover it with your paper. Now I do have some scrap paper somewhere, and I've carefully filed it away in a very special place, haven't I? So we'll be back.